This week we travelled down from Le Mans down to Tours. As we left from Le Mans, we even drove on some of the 24-hour Le Mans course. Now let's crack on to the main site. I decided to take a bit of spare time. Instead of taking the motor, we were going to take the D roads and not pay tolls, but the amount of roundabouts is pretty epic. So we're just going to go into Leclerc, we're going to stop here to see if we can find something a little bit hot. We had sandwiches the past few days, so we're going to try and find something different than just constant sandwiches, or even a heated sandwich would be nice. About that way, probably. So we finally arrived at our destination, and this is our place we're staying for next week. It's a bit windy, so hopefully the noise isn't too bad. But you've obviously got a nice little deck and area to sit at the front, table, chairs, and we'll give you a quick tour inside. We've just arrived, and here's a tour of where we're staying for the next week or so. We've got the kitchen, yeah.
We've got a table.
Oh yeah, we've got a lovely table. Yeah, and what's in this room?
2 single beds.
2 single beds in this one. Oh, this one, what's in here? How many beds in that one? 2 more single beds in there. What's in here? Oh, a toilet. What's in there? Oh yeah, a double room. Bit dark, with lights off at the moment. And then a shower. But our next job is that once I've finished this little section, is to get everything from the car into there, because that's been a bit tricky the past few days, trying to get stuff out of the car, but everything else is in the way. So we're going to have a look around the place, take you have a look, see our first viewing, same time as you, and then later on we'll take you around the site. So bonjour, it's a lovely morning today, nice and sunny, got the sunnies on even, so these expensive £2 sunglasses, got these on today. We're going to go down to the pool, I'm going to take you with us. We're not sure we can take the big camera, because there's a few people on the kind of front gate, but we're going to try and take you to see what the pool is like. Girls are up and ready. Say bonjour.
Bonjour.
So we're just going to head down now. Got a couple of jobs to do, but we're going to head down and show you what it's like at the pool. I think today is pretty much going to be predominantly a pool day.
Et c'est quoi alors? Eh bien oui, j'aimerais, bien sûr.
I think they're playing a game of some sort, whatever they're playing. Je voudrais un grand frites, big chips. A battle of the air hockey. Good morning. We have another problem. The fact that I use my phone to get shots for you, but the phone's now died and it won't come on again. So we're going to head off to Tours today. We're going to take it in, see what they say. If anybody can suggest it, they can fix it without charges a fortune. We might get it fixed. Otherwise, we'll have to wait back in the UK, which might be no drone footage because we need a drone to fly. We need a phone to fly the drone. Anyway, so we're all up. Had some paddle chocolate this morning from the campsite, and we're going to go into Tours, take you with us. It's got a random ant going up my back. And we'll see you in a bit in Tours.
Close your eyes and let them rest. I know it's hard to fall asleep, but do your best. 'Cause there's a place that I go to when I want to hide from all the shades of blue. 'cause at times I think of leaving, my mind takes me.
So we've arrived in Tours itself. We're not quite sure where we're parked in Tours. We're parked somewhere, and also we're not quite sure how the parking works. It kind of looks like we can do 2 hours, but and then the machine will do 3 hours. So I'm a bit confused. We'll have to see how it goes and hope for the best.
When the snow begins to sing, night to warm. But I will never leave your side. You're the reason to all my pride. Never wither and runs dry. And your roses are my guides. Goodbye, my friend. Our love remains, but not this time.
While we're out today, we decided to go for a little bit of eat. We don't normally go for food that much because expensive, and I suppose that's a bit tight, but it is what it is. So we've got a few different things. I've got burger, Talia for Lucy, chicken nuggets for Martha. Olivia's got kind of pasta with meatballs, which is going to be dangerous for a white top one. And then lastly, Maisie's got a pizza with kind of different vegetables.
Your roses are my guides. Goodbye, my friend. Our love remains, but not this.
So because during the day here it's starting to get ridiculously hot, it's about 28 degrees, or 26, 27 soon. So we're going to actually eat inside. The only one thing we find about the lodge thing we're in is it doesn't have a canopy for hours. So it means if you want to eat outside you have to sit in the bare in the sun. So we've been out for a while, so we're going to have actual dinner inside. And Livy's been the kind of camp today. The kind of kids camp, bit apprehensive at first, but once you got in there, happy. Probably wants to go again tomorrow because surprise, they're having a movie and sweets, so she wants to go for that. Even though I did say it's probably in French. So we won't kind of film everything while we're at this campsite because we're here for a few more days, but we'll show you bits and pieces as we come or find things. And obviously we'll definitely do a site tour later on the video. So how are you doing? It's been a few days since we probably put a lot of stuff up on the video. Basically because a lot of time it's like we walk to the pool, we go to the pool for a few hours, then we come back and have dinner, then we go back to the pool, then we come back. It's just kind of a bit mundane, I think, for you to watch. I thought I'd just do that. Weather's been absolutely scorching here. I think yesterday it reached 31 degrees. A few of us got a little bit of burn on, so it's quite nice today. It's still 24, but a bit cloudy. So we're going to have a wander and take you with us to a local town. No idea at all what is there. Because the weather's not quite as good today, we thought we'd do that. Because we haven't really been or taken you very far. And the basic reason for that is that obviously before we got to the site we're on now, and where we'd already taken you, we'd been to Rouen, we'd been to Le Mans. So we didn't really feel the urge to keep going out lots and lots. So we're going to get ourselves in the car, have a wander, have a pot around, and we'll show you exactly what it's like in this local town. So we've arrived at our little town, but a little fun fact, or more of a family fact, is when we're coming up here, we're like, this place looks really familiar. Now, we actually stayed at a campsite called Camping Parc de February, which was around about 20 minutes or so from where we were kind of staying, about 25 minutes-ish. And we kind of pulled into the place and we had a bit of a meltdown because we were trying to look for food somewhere and we couldn't find anywhere. It was an absolute nightmare. No one would get us in. And we stopped at this other place that we ordered from. We ended up getting this kind of weird couscous, which was really nice actually. And we drove past and went, hang on, that's that couscous place. So we actually are in the same place that we were 4 or 5 years ago when we first visited this town. So it's a bit of a weird one that we've actually visited the town before and we're back at the same town again, apart from the market that we thought we might be able to come see is now currently not here, unfortunately. But yeah, really remember this place. Really weird that we came to the same place twice a few years apart. In the comments, what does this remind you of? This kind of loopy-loop bit going on here on the seats. So at the bottom of the town, it seems to have like a little kind of camping park. So you can come here, I'll put the name on the screen because I can't remember the exact pronunciation of it. There's a camping park just so you can kind of put your motorhome camper van, got a bit of here, motorhomes and other things on. So France is very, very friendly when it comes to a van. So I'm sure this is a section you have been waiting for, which is the tour of the camping park, the LA. So it's 3-star. It looks like at some point it's been 4-star, but we found it really, really good. And we'll give you a little review of the whole site a little bit later on. We'll take you on a tour and see what it's like. So coming in the front, you've got barriers, and then you've got the reception. Now, if you are one of the statics that we have, static caravans, then you will have a different reception. There are 2 receptions actually on a Saturday to make it better for getting everybody through. As soon as you come into the park, you've then got the toilets. I'll quickly show you in there. This is the kind of toilet block here. You've got obviously outside for washing the dishes on. Show you a quick look at one of these. So you've got showers here if you've got a caravan, camper or a tent. And a bit further on, sink. And a bit further on, toilet. Got to be honest, can't really comment on them. Used the toilet once while I've been here. But on the whole, we haven't used those because we've got our own toilet within our own static caravan. So there isn't a lot of camping pictures or kind of caravan pictures, but there are a few different kind of options. You could get a safari tent at the bottom here. People are camping here with their tents. People can obviously fit caravans on as well. So there's a kind of a wide range of different options you can get on this site. But it's about 20 pictures. But what I would say is that if you don't book in advance, you might not get a pitch, because somebody turned up with 2 caravans the other day and they were clearly told to turn around and go back around, which wasn't ideal for them because I think they found it quite hard. But yeah, make sure that you definitely reserve a pitch. If you just turn up, you're unlikely to be able to get in. Got further down the park a small little park to play in for the kids, probably more for younger children rather than the older ones. Livy's had a couple of players on that one. She's 6, but I think any older than that probably not going to be quite adequate for them, but plenty of space to run around and make a mock as usual. And they do have a full animation set up here, stuff for kids to do, stuff for the adults to do as well. So you can see different things on there. We're currently on Friday, so tonight we've got the Topi show at 8 o'clock for the kids, and then there's like a cabaret by the animators, the people who work here at 9:30, but there has been lots on. I suppose if you're used to really expensive sites, there's probably not been as much on as the top sites, but we paid for this campsite for a week for 5 of us, €727. So just over €100 per night, so probably less than £100 per night. You can't really come for that amount of money. While we were on the site, they had a couple of stalls come, one that did braids for children, and the other one that sold a selection of jewellery. That isn't there every day, but one of the things you can get. This is the games room. Pretty small for the size of the site, but we've had a couple of players in here, and obviously a lot of the younger ones like playing here, like the teenage sort of ages. We have a laundry as well. We've also used a laundry, we're absolutely fine. It's electronic. You use this machine here and you pay on your card instead to set things up, but we're absolutely fine for us. This is the bar area at the top. As you can see, a panoramic there. It's got the pool right next to it, and you've also got the river here as well. There is a canopy, so you can have food inside under the canopy if you prefer to be outside. There isn't a lot of internal tables, but a lot of external tables. Outdoor pool, and I'll show you that in a little bit more, and the indoor pool, and there are 3 straight slides, and there are 1 single kind of twirly-whirly slide to go for. We have a section for soft play. There's a few different kind of big bouncy castles here. I think about 4 or 5 for different ages. We came here at night time to have a look, and the girls have thoroughly enjoyed those. So I've just walked down the end of where you would have got into the main site, so you can kind of walk all the way down there or drive down there, or from the bar I've walked again along out of the site and just turned left to go on this little path here, which seems to take us down to the river, because we haven't even worked out yet, we've been that busy going to the pool, how to get to the river, because the river looks stunning as well. Let's have a look and take you with us to see how we get down the river. So I made it down the riverbanks here. It must be about 200 metres from where we were before, at the very entrance to kind of this section here. It does seem like it's got tyre tracks on. I suppose if you're feeling really brave, you could try and get a camper van down here, but I definitely wouldn't fancy it. It doesn't look ideal ground. And then getting down to the actual river, there's a lot of kind of weeds and dense kind of, well, like basically weeds and nettles and things. So personally not for me, but yeah, the view down here looks pretty good. You could spend the other day, there was a guy here, I think about 20 minutes, just sitting in the sun, admiring the view. Oh, it's very hot now. Wish I'd gone back in the pool, but the girls have decided no, they're going to kind of get themselves sorted for the party tonight, because it is the last night party, and we'll see you at the party later. So you get different kind of pictures here. The one that in this mobile home, it must be the kind of cosy, the next level up from us, and obviously it has a raised kind of balcony for you to sit on, and obviously it's shaded, which is a bit better because we don't unfortunately have quite that. It's good, great pitch. It's just not quite the same as that.
The site had its own shop, and as well as the shop, you could get takeaway food like this pizza here. Here's some examples of the nighttime show. There was lots of things on pretty much every night. There was something for the kids to do, kids disco, or like this, the show they put on, all just for the children. So, thought things were going a bit too well. I had a really good few days. The weather's been absolutely smashing. Decided to go to the supermarket this morning to get some bits and pieces. Car wouldn't start. Or maybe the batteries somehow, you know, drained itself. And it's a fairly new battery we got it, I think, in February this year. So put the key back in. The lights were all on. It wasn't like normally when you get that thing where either like the starter doesn't want to tick in fully, or you get the issue where like the lights don't want to come on. So that was okay. Kept holding it a little bit, think no, you could kill the battery. Worst case, someone comes and jump starts it. And after about 20 seconds it started, but it did feel at the start a little bit, well, not lumpy, but it felt like it just didn't want to fully start. So I've came to the supermarket, so 50-50 whether I get back now, and hopefully I do. I mean, to be fair, we are thinking about considering selling the car anyway for something completely different. So that's always been in the pipeline, but it might be that the car that I've loved for the past few years, and you know, everything that needs doing and that we've got done straight away, we might have to eventually get rid of it. But we are at the furthest point away as well. We're 1,400 kilometers away from our house, so we'll have to see how it goes, but I'll keep you informed how it goes, and fingers crossed when I get back the car starts. Right, the moment of truth. And just like that, start. Well, managed to get back, and I've tried to be good recently, but because of the stress today, I thought I'd get myself a little treat just to perk myself up a bit. The day we're leaving, it's absolutely lashing out, which is quite a good thing, because we've got quite a big drive to our next stop, which is about 3 hours toll, 3.5 hours non-toll, so we're going to take the non-toll to save a bit of money, because we can't get it at 4 o'clock anyway, which is about 6 hours after we check out here. But it's absolutely lashing it down, and we've been really lucky with the weather. I know it's been a bit cool at the start, but we're lucky on the whole. So if you want to watch more videos, you can watch up here, where you can watch our race to the tunnel, or up here for our time in Le Mans.